give us what we need. Hey!
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power!
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Five of us are stressed out and on the brink of walking away from everything and everybody. It's because we are the ones who do all the pouring. And because we are the ones who do all the pouring, ever have nobody who pours back into us. So when they need a rock, we the rock for them. When they need a rider, we the rider for them. When they depressed, we speak life over them. When they ain't got it, we give them what we got. Then the moment, God forbid, you say, I need something, all they tell you is, you got it. No, I don't got it. I'm not even the type that would even tell you if something was wrong with me. So if I ever say something's wrong with me, you need to stop and realize something's wrong with me. And I'm trying not to lose my head.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Voice of Reason live on KBLA Talk 1580. What is the name of that pastor? Do you know? What's the name of that clip? And I understand what he's saying about pouring in. Okay, so let me just do this really quickly. Run over some basic concepts about the Voice of Reason, right? It's a relationship show. But it's unlike any relationship show you've ever encountered. Why? Because this is a relationship show primarily about having a high quality relationship with oneself. That's number one. Understanding that everybody is a work in progress. Understanding that because we're all works in progress, we are all prone to hurting each other, right? So this whole show is about the process of growing up spiritually. Many people are so caught up on the social dynamics of relationship that the spiritual understanding of relationship kind of goes underwater, right? I'm about to, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. You got hurt preachers out here in the pulpit hurting parishioners, right? I know you don't want to hear me put it that way, okay? When Jashana Johnson sat right here, Dr. Jashana Johnson, she sat right here. And she said, you know what, I don't like, the love languages. And I said, why? And she said, well, because they are coming from this unhealed space, attachment wounds. I like gifts. I like physical touch. I like this. I like that. Based off of what I didn't get. See, to pour into someone is not a transaction that should be paid back. See, somebody taught you wrong. You are taking a spiritual practice and turning it into transactionalism based off of what you didn't get. You're dealing with works in progress. You're dealing with broken people. You're dealing with hurt people. You're expecting hurt people to show up the way you really shouldn't show up for them because you don't have it. See, when you pour from a finite cup, there is a natural inclination to ask for it back. You didn't have it to give in the first. Ooh, do you understand me? Many people are pouring from a half-empty cup, and they are loaning you grace. And to me, a grace loan isn't really grace. And I have to talk about this because many of us, right, will find ourselves resenting people, right, that we poured into because there is this inclination that you're supposed to give it back. Well, if you are pouring from an infinite source, guess what? You don't need it back. See, your pour should be connected to the source, but it isn't. It is connected to your wounds. When you pour, you are silently wishing that they give it back, right? Give what back? Validation, appreciation, approval, all the things your attachment wounds, your attachment styles crave. Remember that time I showed up for you? How you going to ask another work in progress to show up for you? Were you showing up authentically without a wound agenda? 1-800-920-1580. Somebody, tonight's topic. Are you half full or half empty? The unconditional pour. A deeper look at our inability to pour infinitely from ourselves into others because of the influences of unrequited worthiness wounds. I'm giving because I'm wanting. Are you listening? I'm giving because really I want something. Are you a giver by nature? Or are you a giver by pain? Are you a giver through trauma? Which one are you? Can maladaptive attachment styles lead to transactional pouring into others? Take a second and absorb that question. There's four attachment styles. 3 of them are maladaptive. Anxious, preoccupied, dismissive, avoidant, right? And fearful, avoidant. Can maladaptive attachment styles lead to transactional pouring? Give it back. See, when you are wounded, your cup is half empty. You need what you gave back. But when you are on, as the Muslim would say, Adina Siratul Mustaqim, when you are on the straight and narrow pathway of the righteous who went before you, when you are on your way to healing, you start to tap into an infinite source. Many of us are pouring because we're really wanting approval, acknowledgement. We want to be seen as good people. We live in an amoral society, so everything is for sale, even your poor. I know you don't want to hear it put that way tonight. Huh? Listen, they say, oh no, but the Bible says use discernment. Discernment is only needed for the fearful. The fearless doesn't need to discern, especially in context of pouring. I'm pouring because pouring is part of my purpose. Pouring is part of who I am. Pouring is part of my journey to give back. Are you listening? If you're really a giver, you're not worried about what you're receiving. But our relationships are transactional, right? It is no measure of health to be fully integrated into a sick society. I know people don't want to hear it that way. Is discernment fear-based? What does it mean to pour into others from an ego/fear-based cup? True or false? When you start the healing process for yourself, you can access God's infinite cup from which you use to pour into others. I don't know if y'all, can you digest that? Are we ready to think broader? Let me read it again. True or false? Do you agree or disagree? When you start the healing process for yourself, you can access God's infinite cup from which you can use to pour into others. Why are you pouring from a cup that can be emptied? I hear it all the time. I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. I can't give no more. No, see, you were giving with the hope of acknowledgement. You were giving with the hope of approval. You were giving with the hope of you gonna thank me for this. But a true giver gives because they are connected to the infinite wellspring of love. So many people lack love. If you lack love, you should keep what's in your cup. Huh? So many people lack love. And if you lack love, keep what's in your cup. Because you can't afford to waste a drop. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. Huh? Discernment. I need to discern. They done took it out of context. Discernment. Oh my goodness. I need to make sure this is the right investment. I need to make sure this is the right person. Because the last time I poured, it wasn't appreciated. But let me tell you, the giver doesn't need appreciation. A true giver. I'm not talking about a relationship broker, a relationship investor, right? I'm not talking about that person. That's a transactional person that needs some spiritual holes filled. Well, fill my hole up. So I'll give to you. That it's performative. It's an extension of people pleasing. Let me give so I can get covertly. You're a covert giver. Ooh, Lord. Can you pour into your significant other without the influence of your attachment style? They got to do little fancy words. You know, they keep playing with words, right? Oh, I overpour. Really? Really? You overpour. Yeah, because I just give and give and give and nobody gives back because you're looking for what you can get back. It's not a gift, right? It's not a gift. Do you understand? We can't play with spiritual layaway, okay? I don't want to play spiritual layaway tonight. I don't want to do it, huh? Oh, I overpoured. Yeah, it's because you overexpected. How about that? You overpoured because you overexpected, right? You say, what is over expectation? You're expecting somebody to show up like you. Well, they didn't give it back to you. You know why? Because they're like you. You didn't give it in the first place. You loaned it. I know you don't want to hear me say it that way. You didn't give it from a pure heart. You loaned it. That's why you want it back. They asking for the organs. The people in the chat room say, where the organs, Andy? They want the organs. Lord have mercy. We in here tonight. Can pouring into others become a way to avoid confronting your own vulnerabilities and insecurities? Are there cultural differences in how we pour into others and how it's perceived and practiced? How does the concept of pouring into others intersect with the idea of codependency in relationships? Can pouring into others be a form of self-sacrifice? You're a martyr now? Huh? You're going to martyr yourself, right? You want to get on the cross, huh? Jesus already did the work according to the word, so you want to take his place even though his place ain't up. It's not up for rent. Huh? Are y'all listening? How do social narratives about martyrdom and heroism influence our understanding or lack thereof of pouring into others? Can pouring into others be a way to fulfill our own need for significance or purpose? I feel like I have a place in the world. I feel like I'm accepted and wanted and desired. When was the last time you wanted you? Just you alone, by yourself, in all your spiritual nudity, flaws and all, blemishes and all. When was the last time you were content with being you? Oh no, you got a pantomime giving. Because really, you're investing. When I come forward, you know this is a national discussion and I want to talk to you about it. I want to know, can your cup be empty? Talk to me tonight.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007 they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA Can believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Love, there's so many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you look at me differently, love. Ever since the first moment I spoke your name, from then on I knew that by you being in my life, things were destined to change. 'Cause love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurts. Love, for better or worse, I still will choose you first. Oh, oh, oh. Many days I've longed for you, wanting you.
Hello. RC Blakes here, RC Blakes. I am so excited to be able to share with you again. We have a powerful discussion today. I was just sitting down and pondering the thoughts that I'm going to share with you today. And this is in reference to a strategy or method that a wise woman should employ when discerning if a man is right for her or not. You know, so often women get caught up in situations and scenarios where emotionally you get kind of carried away. Nobody's really ever sat you down to teach you how to discern a man, a good man from a bad man. And you make a lot of mistakes, and you find yourself leaping into situations long before you look into the situation. You leap before you look. And it's because nobody's taught you. Relationships have to be approached not emotionally, but cerebrally and spiritually. You have to approach relationships from your spirit, from your core, from your center, and from your mind. You have to really think your way into a relationship. Don't fall in love, but walk in love, walk into it. Discerning, as I teach in a lot of my different lessons and books and programs, asking the right questions and having certain expectations of yourself, holding yourself to a certain standard when embracing a relationship. So I call this, and this is something, I promise, this is something the Holy Spirit just kind of gave me as I was really flying, I was traveling, and I thought to bring it and deliver it to you. I call it the LET method, the L-E-T, the LET method of discerning a man. The LET method. And that's an acronym. And LET stands for language, energy, and treatment. These three things must be scrutinized in any man that you would entertain as a potential relationship. This is why it is never wise to just jump off into something before you have done your due diligence in terms of discerning, in terms of scrutinizing. Scrutinizing, discerning his language, his energy, and analyzing his treatment of you. How many times have you known women that have landed square in the middle of somebody's bed, created a sexual soul tie, gotten impregnated, and didn't even know who this person was? Well, why do women behave like that? Now, you have certain that want to push back and tell me that, it's women's liberation. That ain't no women's liberation. That's women's incarceration. I call it female slave conditioning. You're not liberated because you just lay your body down in the middle of somebody's bed you don't even know and have all of this sex and get all of these diseases and create all of these soul ties and have babies for somebody, and then after the fact you come to the counselor, to the police talking about he's a sociopath. Why didn't you know that before you got...
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tyreek Wynn. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Vice President Kamala Harris paid a visit to Atlanta, Georgia on Monday. The stop was in coordination with the kickoff to what's being called the Economic Opportunity Tour. She discussed small business investments and minority-owned businesses. You can soon expect to see more warning labels for sugary foods and drinks in New York City. A law will go into effect later on this year that will require city food businesses with 15 storefronts or more to post warnings. It's for items that have at least 50 grams of added sugar. The label will be a black and white spoon loaded with sugar. Stunna Girl is the latest artist to deal with unruly fans at a concert. During her performance on Saturday in Syracuse, New York, a man groped the rapper, which led to chaos. In a video obtained by TMZ, several people can be seen jumping off the stage to confront the suspect culprit. That's the latest. I'm Tyreek Wayne on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. How does 3 months of free electricity and a lifetime of energy savings sound? Well, it's yours when you go solar with Sunlux. Learn more at sunlux.com, sunlux.com.
Yeah, yo, come on. Pick up the drums. At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day.
Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey.
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power!
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up.
Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California and around the country to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. As part of JP Morgan Chase commitment, they are taking action to help improve financial wealth and access to banking in the Black community, helping more people open low-cost checking and savings accounts, hosting community seminars with supporting Black-led institutions by building awareness about financial investments, hiring community managers, and opening community center branches like Crenshaw, Inglewood, and downtown LA. Visit today, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Get the tools to help reach your financial goals. Visit today, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Girl, I know this might seem strange, but let me know if I'm out of order for stepping to you this way. See, I've been watching you for a while, and I just gotta let you know that I'm really feeling your style. Cause I had to know your name and leave you with my number, and I hope that you would call me someday. If you want, you can give me yours too, and if you don't, well, I ain't mad at you. We can still be cool, girl. I'm not trying to pressure you, just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. No, no, I just wanna know your name, and maybe sometime we can hook up, hang out, just chill. Damn, I'm surprised that you called, cause the way you walked away,
ladies and gentlemen, Music Soul Child is my co-host tonight. We on fire tonight. Y'all need to understand something right now. We played the clip from the pastor. What was my pastor's name? And let me tell y'all something about my elders. I respect my elders. Oh, I do. But that doesn't necessarily mean I agree with everything they say. R.C. Blake, he said some profound things. Language, energy, and what else, ladies and gentlemen? Were y'all listening? Language, energy, and treatment. Now, before we get into those three, discern, right? Let's look at the root of the word. Perceive or recognize the difference or distinguish between two things or more. Also, distinguish as an object with the eyes. See distinctly. Behold. Okay? You can't see a thing as it is with the filter or through the filter of unhealed wounds. So your discernment, for most people, is off. Because remember, where there is wanting, there are wounds. Come on now. Where there is a hunger and a desire and I need this and I deserve and this is supposed to happen and the way it's supposed, something hasn't been healed. Do you see? So if you're looking, right, or trying to discern through a forlorn spirit, through a desire and a wish to move away from where you are currently, meaning, oh, I just want better. You've already told the universe that you don't have what you want. Instead of saying, I am what I want. Do you understand? It's hard to see through a wound. It's hard to see who a person actually is through a wound. Back to the great Krishnamurti. The highest form of intelligence is to be able to observe without judgment. See, your wound is the judge. This ain't right for us. This looked like the last situation. Do you see how discernment can be contaminated? Do you understand? So I understand R.C., Pastor R.C. I understand what he's saying. He said language, energy, right, and treatment. All those things can be mastered. Pimps master the language. The energy is confidence. Well, the confidence, what is a confidence man is what they used to call him, was a hustler. Somebody who would trick you, somebody who would fool you because they got confidence, right? And then treatment. Come on now. That's where con man comes from. Say, come on now. And then treatment. I always tell women, behavior is man's most effective lie. Men don't speak as many words as women. When a woman get a man talking honestly and openly, that's when he's at his most vulnerable. Men lie through behavior. I'm going to do what I think you want me to do. And by doing what you want, you're going to ascribe or attribute some kind of quality to me. You know, he pulled out my chair. You know, he picked up the tab. I never pick up the tab when I'm with him. You know, he bought me this. You know, he recognized that I hadn't made it to the grocery store yet, and he ordered some groceries, and they was right while he was sitting on the couch. I didn't even talk to him about it. Do you understand? Many men have mastered all three in the service of manipulation. So, no disrespect to the elder. I do believe a lot of what he said was true. But I'm telling you, we think people doing things for us is pouring into us. How can you elevate my soul when it's at its lowest point? And more importantly, what do I owe you for that? And what do you want as recompense? Do you want me to pay you back? What could I pay you back for that if you knew how to do that? Do you see how we turn relationships into this superficial interaction? Remember I was there? Remember I had your back? Listen, if you got to ask somebody to, let me say it another way. My godmother told me you can't teach nobody how to love you. Either they love or they don't. The concept of pouring into others often emerges as a noble act of selflessness and generosity. However, beneath the surface lies a controversial truth. Many individuals pour from a place of unresolved internal pain and selfish need. Right? On tonight's topic, we're going to delve into the complexities of the unconditional pour, revealing how unrequited hurts shape our relational dynamics and limit our capacity for true selflessness. At the heart of the matter lies the distinction between pouring into someone and projecting onto them. While the former stems from genuine care and compassion and empathy, the latter arises from our own unresolved issues and emotional baggage. Revealing how unrequited hurts shape that is what we're here to do. Don't pour from your half full cup, your half empty cup, family. You ain't got it to give. The truth of you should emerge in that moment. When I come forward, we're going to get to the phone lines and talk to the family about tonight's topic. Let's go.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hey LA, be an eco-friendly hero. Join LADWP's Power Savers program and use your smart thermostat to help ease strain on the electric grid during peak electric demand. You'll save electricity while you lower your bill. Plus, as a power saver, you can get up to $185 in prepaid gift cards. Don't have a smart thermostat? No problem. Shop and sign up at ladwp.com/powersaversprogram program. That's ladwp.com/powersaversprogram program. To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelinos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV. City of Los Angeles tenants, verify your Emergency Renters Assistance Program status today if you applied for the program. Tenants approved for rental assistance are protected from eviction for non-payment of rent through May 31st, 2024. And it's illegal under law for landlords to refuse rental assistance to you based on your source of income. Refusing assistance can be used as an affirmative defense in an eviction case. So check your application status now at housing.lacity.org. That's housing.lacity.org. Be informed, be protected, be at home.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit LAFLA.org. LAFLA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Never thought that we would ever be more than friends. Now I'm all confused, 'cause for you I have deeper feelings. We both thought it was cool to cross the line, and I was convinced it would be alright. Now things are strange, nothing's the same, and really I just want my friend back. Crazy, 'cause I can't get you out of my system. If it's worth me holding on, crazy, 'cause I can't get you out of my system. If it's worth me holding on, I'd hate to walk away from you as if this never existed.
I do have a rule that I have learned and that I believe, and that is that the stronger the resistance that you feel, the more important it is that you do that, whatever it is you
talk
is
a little
resisting.
bit about that more, because that's really powerful.
If we imagine that this is our dream, our novel, our startup, or whatever it is, the dream is some sort of unfolding of who you are, revealing like a flower blooming, revealing what's there. And we set it out in the sunshine on a field or a flat thing like this. Immediately, a shadow is going to fall from this thing. This is the dream, and resistance is the shadow. So the shadow is exactly proportionate to the dream, so that if it's a big dream, it's going to be a big shadow. So in other words, more resistance I feel to something, the more certain I can be that there's a big dream there and that I've got to do it. Whatever the pain is, that's life to get to there.
Boy, we on fire tonight. Welcome to the Voice of Reason. back in the building. We own it right now. KBLA Talk 1580. And I'm really trying to challenge you guys on this selfish pouring we do. The great Krishnamurti, he said, you see, if you try to do something about not being self-centered, you are being self-centered. You understand that? If you say, I must not be selfish, the very statement of that contains selfishness. Because you want to be different from being selfish. And that very want creates another form of selfishness. See, many of us don't know how to give, right? Without the self saying, do you know the value of what you gave that person? Do they? You shouldn't give to somebody that doesn't respect what you gave. Do you see the toxicity in the position of it? I'm not asking you to go out and pour into any and everybody, right? But I believe in divine fine tuning. I believe God is always in control. And sometimes some of you need a soul tie to take you on a journey within self. What do you think the purpose of relationship is for? It is to reveal you to you. A lot of my elders and a lot of these people in the pulpit are preaching from a space of trying to get you to avoid hurt. But hurt is a conduit to growth. Hurt is a conduit to forgiveness. Hurt is a conduit to your own dark night of the soul, your own elevation. Trying to get you to avoid certain pit stops. Listen, if you learn the lesson, great. If you've learned it, you should be able to discern it. Somebody meme that. If you learned it, you should be able to discern it. But if you haven't learned it, maybe you got to go through it in order to define it. See, we live in a society where I don't want no pain. I don't want no struggles, no troubles, no disappointment, no dissatisfaction. The great Krishnamurti said we are driven by selfishness. Huh? We are driven by selfish desires. I need somebody to show up for me, right? But do we really want to show up for other people? Do we want to become what we require of others? Many of your pouring is really an investment. Krishnamurti said most human beings are selfish. They are not conscious of their own selfishness. It is the way of their life. And if one is aware that one is selfish, one hides it very carefully and conforms to the pattern of society, which is essentially selfish. The selfish mind is very cunning. Either it is brutally, listen, are y'all listening to this? Are y'all listening to the great Krishnamurti? The selfish mind is very cunning. Either it is brutally and openly selfish, or it takes the shape of many other forms. So I'm going to give because I really want the return. Listen, when you start to understand the purpose of spirituality, which is a walk with God, which is a communion of sorts. The word communion means union, one with source. That's where you should be giving from. That's where you should be pouring from. But many are pouring from half full cups from wounds that haven't been nurtured, that haven't been embraced and loved on. Tell me I'm lying. Let's get our caller in here. Attila, Houston, Texas. It's your time to shine. Talk to me.
Lord, I thought I'd never get on this line. I've been stretching and pressing through the wilderness for 40 years.
What are your thoughts?
Okay.
Talk to me.
So I feel better now that we had our conversation earlier today. I understand it a little bit better. I want to pose a possibility. What if neither side is wrong?
What if what?
What if neither side is wrong?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So perhaps let those that are transactional, so to speak, as you put it, or look for a return on their investments, be with those who look for a return on their investment. Let me tell you why. We just talked about neurodivergence. If someone is autistic, they don't understand the concepts that you're talking about. That's completely foreign to them because they're very literal. If you said you're going to do something, they're going to take you at your word and be like, this person is going to do it. And so to me, if that's how your mind works, that's how your brain is wired, sans the trauma, what's wrong with letting someone keep that and finding someone who actually can unconditionally give to you? And I think if you're having trouble in that department, perhaps you haven't unconditionally given to yourself first.
Mm-hmm. Which part of
I don't know if what I'm saying makes
no,
sense.
no. Well, no.
But yeah.
Which part of you is asking for asylum in heaven?
I don't get it. What do you mean? I'm going to need you to break that down.
Meaning, the whole book, everybody book, whatever book it is, the Quran, the Injil, the Zubur, whatever book it is, the Torah, the Tanakh, all these books are supposed to be a guideway to somewhere, right?
Sure.
So you
That's
want
what they say.
So you want your wound to have asylum in heaven? Sure.
If that's what I'm comfortable with, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Sure, let's make a safe space for that. Or let's heal. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think it's up to that individual.
Absolutely.
I don't always feel like it's based on wounds, though. I mean, I think people just have different ways of operating, and perhaps we need to just allow that. I do think that the majority of us speak from wounds, and it does come from a space of fear. I do not feel like that's the case for every person.
Please stay with me, Attila. We coming forward. But guess what? When we come full circle, we coming back to Attila. Let's get it.
Take things personal nowadays. You used to laugh, now you get mad. Damn, I just want my friend back.